How's it going, everybody? Hope all is well where you are. At the time of this session, I know we're doing some light snow, nothing too bad. So make sure you're staying warm, you're staying hydrated, and you're making the most of what the day brings. Anyway, I have a really special guest for you. He is a fellow Marine Corps brother, great guy, servant leader out of the Bloomington area. So I'm going to go ahead and welcome him to the show. Russell Broughton. He's the founder and president of Warriors in Nature Project, and I think he's also you're a student vet too, right? You're at Ivy Tech, Bloomington.
Yes.
Okay, so awesome. So if you want to tell people more about you, I'm sure they're all ears.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. So first, my name, obviously Russell Broughton. I'm the president and founder of Warriors in Nature Project. I'm a United States Marine. I served from 2007 to 2010. I was a infantry machine gunner. I served in Iraq in 2008 and Afghanistan in 2010. I was in the big push in Marja, Afghanistan with the 30,000 troops back in 2010. So it was pretty intense. But now I'm a college student and an entrepreneur at Ivy Tech. Loving that. I'll be graduating from there in May of this year. So, yeah, I'm excited.
So, real quick, so you actually, it's great we talked about military service. So, you were a machine gunner. Is that a 0331?
Yes, 0331. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So, let's tell me more about that. So, where were you stationed?
So, I was stationed in Camp Lejeune. So, I'm back up for a second. I went to my boot camp and stuff in California. Then I got stationed at Camp Lejeune with 3rd Battalion, 6th Marines.
Okay.
Love those guys. Shout out to everybody out there.
Oh, hey, so were you on L Street too? Were you on L Street too?
Yeah,
L Street,
I was.
Me too.
Yep.
So Tanks shared that quad because you had heroes over there too. The little bar.
Yeah. Yep, I remember that place. I've only been over there a couple times, but I remember Heroes. I love that place.
Oh, look, small Marine Corps.
Oh, it is.
Continue on. Sorry. So with 3-6,
did you say something?
You're 3-6, and you machine gunner. So, you were at Lejeune, and you were there from 7 to 10, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then you're a Hollywood Marine, West Coast, represent. Woo.
Don't judge me.
Okay, awesome.
Me. Yeah, I loved California. I wish I could have stayed out there, but
Yeah. Camp Pendleton and all, and MCRD. I still have a little bit of stress when I look at those planes, but as all MCRD Marines that they go and encounter. But that's awesome. So we got some shared stuff going on. That's awesome. Here first. Like me and him had not even talked about that.
Yeah. I had no idea.
Look at that. Small Marine Corps world. So hey, while we're talking about that, so as far as your time with 3-6 and being an infantryman, what are some things that, like, being in the Marine Corps and the military helped you? Like, how did it help you transition to who you are today?
I'll be honest with you. If it wasn't for the Marine Corps changed my entire life. Every aspect of my life. It taught me a lot about leadership. JJ did tie buckle. All those things. They've instilled all those things into me that I would have never gotten the opportunity to have those things implemented in my life, and I still utilize as many of those things I can every single day, and it's definitely helped me out. And as far as especially like jobs, usually I can go into a job almost in any dynamic and almost, I wouldn't say dominate, but I have that leadership just naturally kind of in me. I'm always got the initiative. Just everything that goes with it, and that has made a true difference in my life. And as far as like my career, I was an electrician for 10 years. And, I kind of went a couple different companies, and, I always moved up pretty quick because people saw that, I've got that, like I said, leadership, and it's not a, it's like I want to get ready to get things done now, you know, and it definitely stands out from the majority of the civilian workers out there.
Awesome. What when it came to, I guess, like speaking in front of employers, what are some of the values, like, you know, our Marine Corps values? Like, what are some of them? Like, what's your top three ones that have helped you in your success today as not only as a veteran, but a student veteran and an entrepreneur? So once again, hey, real quick, as far as, you know, the leadership values, JJ did top buckle, which, you know, every Marine should know him.
Yeah.
What are the top three that resonate with you?
Okay, I would say the judgment, initiative, and dependability. I could say that every single employer I've ever worked for knows that, you know, I'm always one of the first ones, like, all right, let's just get it done. You know, I'll take the initiative. Like, whatever, how hard the job is, the worse it is, the more I'm just ready to get it over with. You know, get the job, that task done. I would say my judgment's always been pretty good. That's something that's always I've carried over into everything. You know, making good judgment calls, and sometimes, especially, you know, in any field, you know, there's always hard times where you're just like, you know, that it's like judgment really is key. And I feel like, you know, my judgment on a lot of things runs really well, and the Marine Corps instilled that into me, making decisions that are life changing. You know, you could lose your life overseas, right? You know, in combat. So it's like having to know, like having a good judgment call and things like that. That's really been helpful for me in the civilian world. And then dependability, like I said, I feel like I've always been dependent. I mean, if they need me anytime, I'm usually there. So those are the top three that's really got me to where I'm at after the military.
That's pretty good. I mean, those are some solid ones. I think that speaks very strongly, especially with the things you've done, you know, since you've gotten out. So kudos to you on that, man, for real. Hoorah.
Well, thank you.
Hey, no problem, no problem. So this transitions into the next point.
Mm-hmm.
What lessons learned could you provide somebody that's getting out of the service today?
The first thing I would say is find like-minded individuals, especially in anybody in the military that you can find back home or wherever you're going. Try to build those relationships and keep them, because, you know, I think, you know, all of us love the camaraderie. That's huge for me. That's one big thing I miss about the military itself. You know, but, you know, over time, people start to kind of drift off. They get families. They got this going on, that going on. So finding a group of people where you live that's healthy, who think like you, and who share the same values, I think is huge in keeping the momentum going of, you know, all the different things that you learn in the military, and keeping yourself accountable and keeping others accountable. Like, having that community is massive. And I think that a lot of us, especially, like, I know myself, like, I thought I got out and I thought I could do it all on my own, like, you know, but now it's like having a group of guys solid that's just like you can depend on again, like, that is one of the biggest things. And like keeping up and keeping in touch with you know, your other service members you served with, making sure that you don't lose those connections.
That's definitely right. I think, you know, it takes a tribe for sure. You know, it's
sure.
like I said, networking is key. And especially if you're like when you go away, like, or if you're trying to bring your, you know, build your brand. I know. I think they had LinkedIn when you were getting out. I think it was like it should have been. I'm gonna say it was fairly new, but we knew about it. Using those things to, you know, start building those networks. So important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wish I would have done more of that when I first got out. You know, I wish I would have done more of exactly what I'm trying to share with you, because, like I said, it's one of those things. It's very important to keep up and keep yourself accountable.
Did you? I know 3-6 deployed a lot. You guys deployed. I can recall like a couple times, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So 3-6. So my senior Marines, they was in Iraq. They went to Iraq twice that I know of. In Fallujah, I believe it was in Fallujah. So when I went to Iraq, I actually went to Iraq with 3rd Battalion, 10th Marines. I was a boot. So 3rd Battalion, 10th Marines needed me, or needed they needed people, needed young Marines. So I ended up going to Iraq with 310. But Afghanistan, we went, like I said, did a 30,000 troop push down there in Marja, and then my unit went back there again after I got out. Within a year, they went right back to Afghanistan again. So yeah, we did. I want to say between Iraq and Afghanistan, there was 4 deployments within, I want to say 5 or 6 years. That was just back to back to back to back. So,
wow.
Yeah, I went to I got out of boot camp in 2007, and I was in Iraq within 6 months, and then I got back from that and did a year deployment to Afghanistan, and then. So yeah, it was really busy, and especially back in those times, like it seemed like it was like constantly doing a workup. So
yeah, that's the way of the life when you get ready for deployments, all those workups. You get back, get ready for another workup.
Yep, it never stops,
Oh, that's awesome. So, with that being said, because that means that you were at our beloved Lejeune, and also which means AKA Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
as we know it.
Oh yeah.
What are some of your favorite things that you've done, like during your time out there? I know, like some people, some places I had their places on base. Like I know one of my favorite places to go eat chow was the French Lake Chow. The French, it was off the main drive. It was called French something. French, man, I'm gonna have to bring up the base map.
I can't remember either.
Because you had Stone Bay, which was on the back end of the base.
Yeah.
You had main side. I feel like it was like French something. Anyway, they had the best chow hall. Like it was a new chow hall, and it was only like 15 minutes away, like 10 minutes away driving. And I mean, I love it. I know you're wrong. Like, I love there. Say again.
Right. I was saying I don't think I ever got to go that one because I'm pretty sure like the majority of my enlistment I didn't even have a car, so like I was just walked over to the chow right by the barracks. But I think I have heard of it before.
Yeah, French Creek. That's what it's called. French Creek.
French Creek. Yeah, this sounds familiar. Like I said, I don't know if I ever got to go there or not.
Dude, you missed out, man. Like French Creek Chow Hall, man. It's like the golden standard chow. It was like the Air Force Chow Hall.
So Al-Assad, Iraq. I'll tell you what, Al-Assad, Iraq. Because when I was a 310 in Iraq, we went all over. So I was doing convoy security, and we went everywhere. But the Al-Assad chow hall was just, I mean, you get the most. I was like, why don't they have this on base? Like it was better than the on base, chow hall. So, anyways, yeah, no, I never got to go to that one. I wish I would have, but.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about the L Street. L Street was like one of those chow halls. Like if I just didn't feel like driving or going over there, like I would just go to that one. It was pretty good most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and our thing was like usually they'd let us off like last minute. We get out, we go our evening formation. We wouldn't get done till like 10 minutes before it closed. It was like you didn't really have a choice. We had to go to that one. So.
Yeah. Now were you married when you were in, or did you get married after you got out?
I got married after I got out. I just got married actually I got my wedding anniversary is actually on the Marine Corps birthday.
Oh, look at that! Oh man, that's awesome.
I did strategic. I was strategic about it. I was like, hey, that's
double
my
2 celebrations in one. You can't beat that.
Yeah, yeah. Might as well knock them all out at one time.
So you got to make a mention. Yeah. So how many? So this will be your first. This will be your first anniversary.
Yeah, this coming up year. So yeah, will be our first anniversary.
So it'll be your first, birthday. And it'll be Marine's 250th.
Yep.
I see how you did that. That's a great play.
Yeah. Always thinking.
Always thinking. Awesome. Well, that's awesome. So I guess really with me asking about the military service and the transition, because I'm assuming you went through TAPS just like I did so long ago. Is there anything else you would recommend for somebody getting out, like other than networking, like what else they could do?
Um, Trying to think. I would say a big thing is too is make sure that and I don't know how it is now, but I would say make sure you definitely get with the VA and talk to the VA. Make sure you get all that stuff straightened out as soon as possible. I would say that's another huge one that I didn't take advantage of because when I got back from Afghanistan, I had like 4 months before I was getting out, and I didn't do all that. I was like, I was just ready to go, So now it's like, I wish I would have done more of like all the stuff to get out with the VA before I did it, because it just made it a lot harder to get those things going if you need it, But that's definitely something that I would highly recommend that any service member getting out is like, make sure you get that taken care of, because it's very important, and things can get lost really fast. It's like, yeah.
That's some good advice. So listen to those out there. Make sure when it's getting close that you're talking to VA about your compensation. It is free. Watch out for those sharks out there that try to charge you for your compensation. You can get it done through VA, or you can get it done. You can go online and do it. You can talk to a county veteran service officer. They're all national.
Yeah.
You talk to anybody through the veteran service organizations, American Legion, VFW, DAV.
Yeah.
Got a lot of good resources out there to help you with your claims. So just make sure that you're using those as you transition out, because we know that.
Well, yeah. No, and sorry. But like also like the school aspect, because like I had one of my senior Marines, actually, I was talking to him the other day. Well, it was last week, and he was like, "Man, I was wanting to use my post 9/11 GI Bill," and he's like, "Now I can't." It was so. I mean, even things like that. Like now he's like, "Man, I wish I would have done that." Like, but just see what all's out there and available for you, because there's so many resources for us veterans, and vets. I mean, for example, like there's just so many different things that's out here that a lot of us don't know about,
Yep.
So take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's so true. That's some wise words indeed. Did you? Well, I know with the values aspect of things, that really helped you flourish in your civilian career. What about like your skills as a machine gunner? Like, so how were you able to break that down for jobs that you were looking at applying for? Because like people like to think like, because I talk to people, especially Marines that are like 0311s. They're like, oh well, there's no leadership, there's no transferable skills. So I'm like, yes, there is. I was like, you think under hard deadlines. You are very strategic. There are things with that come with being in the infantry that are huge benefits for employers. So like let me rephrase. What what was your playbook based on your background that you gave to employers when you were looking at jobs?
Yeah, that's a great question too. I would say like the biggest thing for me was like in the Marine Corps, especially in the infantry, it's like it's very very fast paced, very just so being able to come to the civilian world, and like I said, the majority of times, especially as a Marine, for me it's like I get out and all I usually had to do is like get on a job site. I think that most people, especially civilian employers, they recognize a total difference between the majority of like civilian employees and guys who came out of the military, and just the way we conduct ourselves, the way we, I'm usually always 15 minutes still to this day. I try to be ahead of the game on every aspect. And believe it or not, it's the little things like that that makes the biggest difference. And, and it's like, especially as a Marine, machine gunner or infantry machine gunner, it's like I thrive in chaos, so it's like the more chaotic it gets, the better I get, because I'm just used to working with all cylinders firing at one time. And I genuinely feel like a lot of anybody I've ever worked for has noticed that, and that's always helped me climb the chain pretty quick. And I will say, there can be a downfall of that, because sometimes I've climbed the chain and there's a couple things that it's like, maybe I climbed a little too fast, but yeah, I mean, seriously, no, I'm serious. Cause like it's been, anyways, but it's like, yeah, it's like you come in and you work hard and like as an electrician, that had nothing to do. I didn't do anything like that in the military, but like going in and just, tying my boots up and just getting the jobs done and doing them the right way and taking the initiative. Like I said, I mean, the majority of the time for me, it's like just taking an initiative to do things that other people's like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. It's like taking an initiative, like, okay, I'll do it, and do it right, do it fast. And that's always helped me stand out from every other person, any other company I've ever worked with.
So true. So true. Oh, that's good. That's good, man. Like you really got some good points there. Well, you're making some great points, man. Hey, real quick, audience, I'm going to do something magical, some tech magic. We're going to shift this to more, how can I say, like horizontal, because we really want to talk about some things that Russell's going to mention in the next segment. So give me 1 second. All right, so seems like we're experiencing some technical difficulties. Try to do the aspect ratio change, but we adapt and overcome as we learn in the Marines. But with that being said, why Indiana?
That's a good question. So Indiana, this is kind of where I've grown up my entire life. And also with that, so my oldest son Shiloh was born when I was in Iraq in 2007. So after that, then going to do my deployment in 2010. I decided to get out and be a father to my kids. I felt like that was kind of my calling, and so that's what brought me back here. I moved back to Seymour, Indiana. I lived there, from 2010 till 2 years ago when I moved here to Bloomington. So that's kind of my little hometown, and no, I love it here. This is Indiana's a unique place. It's got you can have all seasons in 1 month, but it's a good place to live. I've always enjoyed being here. I'd love to go live on the beach somewhere again, but Indiana's it's great. It's great. It's a very family environment place, in my opinion. And like I said, all my kids are here. I got four of my own. My wife has 3 as well, so we got 7 kids together. And I've got a big happy family. And yeah, so no, I love it here, and I'm located right by Crane Naval Base as well. So there's a lot of opportunity there as well. So
Awesome. Well, so in my world, you would be a boomerang. That means you would have left Indiana, served your country, and came back. So obviously, great that you came back and you see the benefits of being a Hoosier. And so for those people out there that are looking or thinking about Indiana, you can talk to Russell, or you can talk to me too. We can definitely tell you why Indiana is a great place for veterans. And anybody within our networks, I'm sure they can be able to tell you that as well that are here. So don't miss out on it today. With that being said, I want to go ahead and say thank you for your service. All right, Russell.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to share your story and Simplify, brother, because, one Marine to another. We definitely have a strong bond with our Marine Corps values and all the things Marine Corps related. So, hoorah.
Hoorah. Hoorah. Simplify.
And if you want to go ahead and tell the people, let's say bye to them. And you'll see them later.
Hey, we'll see you guys. Thanks for having me, and I really enjoyed this. And I hope that whoever sees this really does consider. If Indiana's a place that you're considering, this is a great place for everybody. And I appreciate you having me, Chaz.
Appreciate you having you, brother. All right, so there you have it. Russell Broughton, Warriors of Nature Project, great guy to know, fellow Marine Corps brother, and a fellow Hoosier. So that being said, thank you once again for joining. We appreciate all the time that you have spent with us And we hope that you learned something, because it's all about us going through the journey together and helping each other build to the greater part of being a Hoosier veteran. With that being said, thank you for joining. See you next time, and stay warm, safe, and be well.
A thriving job market and low cost of living, plus a wide range of veteran benefits, make Indiana the perfect place for veterans of the United States military to call home. InVets can help you find that home. We're an organization started by veterans to help former service members transition to civilian life in our state. InVets can help you find the community with the career opportunities, housing, schools, and amenities that fit your lifestyle. To learn more about InVets, visit us at invets.org today.
Hey, Russell. So what are some things you would like to close out with, before we end today?
Yeah. Well, first off, I'd like to say again, thank you so much for having me. This is really a great opportunity. I really do appreciate it. But also I wanted to just kind of share what we're doing at Warriors in Nature Project. This is a nonprofit organization that I started through the Ivy Tech entrepreneurship program. And my goal is, our goal is to get veterans outdoors, and our mission is really to build a supportive community where veterans feel empowered, understood, and reconnected, and utilizing nature, fishing, hiking, kayaking, camping. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get veterans that are like-minded together, and find healing and that lost camaraderie that we all a lot of us seem to lose after service.
Yeah, that's true. I'm checking this out, man. This is pretty awesome. I see you got an event coming up on April 19th.
Yeah, so we're having a fishing tournament, Reeling for Resilience, April 19th. Is an open fishing tournament. So basically, you can kayak, you can have a boat, you can fish off the bank, whatever you want to do. And online, it's got all of the different prices for anyone wanting to attend. All veterans can go for free. And we, as of right now, I believe we have 8 boats already lined up to get veterans on the water and to try to have an experience, and hopefully somebody can win some money. So we're gonna have 3 top prizes from all the entry fees is going to be distributed through the top three winners, and then we're going to be doing also a couple prizes for smallest fish and things like that for the kids as well. So.
Okay, awesome. I see you got some swag on here too.
Yeah. So we got some shirts. I'm actually getting ready to get some more made up and done. We got the Jolly Roger sweater. That's actually what I'm wearing now. It's got a cool little design on it.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
What's that?
Let's see it.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So. Those are cool. We got those for sale as well, and we're gonna ship them anywhere you'd like. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And you got this coming up. This is paddleboarding on the 13th.
Yeah. So this is June 13th. We're doing some paddleboarding. A lady from Simply Fitness, Erica Weddle. She's going to be basically guiding a few of us out. I think we're trying to get up to 12 veterans out to do a unique paddleboarding experience. I've never been on a paddleboard myself, so I'm actually looking forward to it. But she's really great. She does all kinds of things, and also Simply Fitness. If you go to her website, simplyfitnessyoga.com, she's actually giving 15% off of all of her services for veterans with the promo code WIN WIN 15. So definitely check her out. She's doing great things, and we're really hoping to make that hopefully a monthly thing if this goes good with this first event. So.
Okay, awesome. It looks like also you've partnered with Small Town Nutrition too.
Yeah. So Small Town Nutrition, they're out of Hope. She's putting in a new brick and mortar down there. She's been out to. She was at our 5K, our first 5K event that we did back in Columbus on the Marine Corps birthday, actually.
Nice.
But she does all kinds of different healthy drinks and food and stuff like that. Usually when she comes out, she's got amazing stuff, and it's all very just healthy stuff to have in your body. So we were glad to connect and partner with her as well.
Okay, awesome. Well, this is awesome, man. You keep up the great work. And see, you got a blog going and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you check this out, guys. warriorsinNatureProject.org. Definitely got some great stuff going on. You can see my man there, Russell, out there spreading the word about it. So yeah, keep in touch with him. I see you guys are on social too, right?
Yeah, we have a Facebook that we're utilizing quite a bit. That's pretty much the only thing we're using right now, but I'm looking to expand on that over the next month or two. So.
Okay, and then you got your board members here as well,
Yeah.
huh? That's you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's me over there.
I think I recognize that barracks too.
Yeah, it's hard charger over there on the left, right there. But yeah, so real quick, so it's me. I'm the president, and then we got Nathan Simpson. He actually was in Afghanistan in Marja with me at the same time on a little bitty fob, Cop Riley. So we reconnected in Afghanistan, and just a truly great guy. He's a recon Marine, and then my brother Brandon Broughton. He's another member. He's my secretary. He was a 45 Bravo with the United States National Army, National Guard. Sorry, and he actually pinned me. We was in a TQ Iraq together in 08, and he actually pinned me Lance Corporal. So it's really great. I've actually not only known these guys outside of the military, but I've gotten to see them in my time in service as well. So we have a very unique relationship. We all enjoy the outdoors, and we're just looking to get like-minded guys together, veterans together, and build a strong community again of guys who like to do the fishing, the hiking, and stuff. And I feel like it's better to solve your world problems behind a fishing pole or on a trail rather than at your local bar every night. So that's our goal, is just to kind of find healthy coping strategies to help combat trauma. I mean, just anything that goes with it. Once you get out of the military, I know we all kind of get a little bit lost. So this is our goal, to, like I said, build another community and hopefully give back as much as we can.
Awesome. Well, I'm checking out the pics, man. This is awesome.
Yeah.
What you're doing out there. This is fantastic. It's all about building community for wellness. Oh, is he eating a candy bar? Oh, he's eating a fish. That's a fish. Awesome. Well, check it out, guys and gals. warriorsinNatureProject.org. Doing some great things. And this is awesome. So make sure you check them out. You get a chance to support your local veteran-owned business.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, we'd love to have you, and I appreciate it.
Of course. All right.